Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be giving you part 3 of what if Naruto got his memories sealed away. Remember to get this one to 300 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Was a Sasuke King, and enjoy that guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. And remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new, I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. And also go ahead and check out What If Naruto Pushed Himself to His Limits. And enjoy that guys. And yeah, without further ado, what do you say we begin this new episode? Begin the intro. So, the last time we left off, Naruto went by Tenten's shop as he got some new clothes and some weapons, and even bought a sword as Tenten asked him if he could use that blade. As the both of them agree for her to spar with him sometime, well, when he come back. And with that, Naruto headed off as him and Jiraiya left the village. As on the road, Naruto asked Jiraiya what happened to him. Jiraiya revealed that he was the one that sealed away his memories along with the third, as Naruto nearly sliced him with his blade, as Naruto was pissed at him for that and ignored him the rest of the time. So much goddamn time wasted. As Naruto went to a hotel while Jiraiya headed off, as he was supposed to get a lead on Tsunade. As Naruto could sense two powerful enemies coming his way, he quickly jumped through the window as he sent a Toad to go and get Jiraiya. But the enemies already caught up to him was Itachi and Kisame, as Kisame attacked Naruto. But Naruto was able to dodge his strikes and jumped away, as Naruto still felt sloppy even after Jiraiya removed that seal from his forehead, that gravity seal. Imagine if he was still wearing that, he would have probably been dead or taken by now. As Itachi wanted to test Naruto, as Naruto did something unexpected, he spit right into Itachi's face, caught Itachi totally off guard as he kicked Itachi away. Even Kisame was shocked, as Kisame got the murderous eyes of Itachi landing on him when he told Itachi he had something there. Sasuke arrived that made Naruto release a sigh. At least, he would probably kill Sasuke than him now, as Sasuke attacked Itachi. Some minutes passed after that, as Guy was there along with Jiraiya. As Sasuke was beaten, he got the crap beaten out of him by Itachi, who was a bit more furious than last time because Naruto spit in his face. As Guy was about to give Naruto one of his green-orange jumpsuit, but Jiraiya pulled him away and they headed off. As Jiraiya showed Naruto the Rasengan, Naruto went through the first two steps in incredible speed as Jiraiya was shocked. But the last step, the balloon exploded other than rotating as they went towards the town. Finally finding Tsunade, Naruto was still pissed as he told her to get her old ass and get back to Konoha. As she got pissed at him and threw over the table as she told him to force her come outside and make her go back to Konoha. So the both of them went outside and started a battle. Tsunade was a bit surprised as she saw him creating the Rasengan. She punched the ground as the Rasengan dissipated in his hand. But it was just a clone as the real Naruto had something in his hand. She was surprised as she looked. It was her sash that was holding her close together. As Jiraiya bowed down to Naruto as he saw those giant things, Tsunade went furious as she punched Naruto right in the face, sent him sailing into a building. As she only had to pull him out and help him, as he was a mess, as she went furious, giving him a strong punch at that moment. But Naruto told her that he win. So yeah guys, that was basically that's where we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself. So, what do you say we begin this new episode? Naruto grinned, showing his bloody teeth to Tsunade. You lose. You use more than one finger to beat me. As he pulled himself off the ground. Now, playtime is over. Time to go back to Konoha. Tsunade snorted at him. Why would I? Why should I? She said. I already said I'm not going. That place isn't taking anything more from me. It's not taking my life. Shizune, let's go, she said. Jiraiya blocked her path. Tsunade, like I said, the elders have chosen you as our next Hokage. Know that we caught you, we're not going to let you vanish again. Tsunade scoffed as she turned away. She didn't remember something as a devious smile came on her face. Alright then, since you won't just leave, how about we have a little wager? As she walked over to Naruto, that move you tried to use on me back there. You know, it was used by the 4th Hokage. If you can master that in 1 week, I'll give you the necklace I'm wearing, and I'll also return to Konoha with you. But if you fail, you would give me all of your money, and give up the mission. As Naruto looked at her, deal, 1 week. I'll learn to perform the Rasengan in 1 week or we will go home without you. As a victorious smile came on Tsunade's face. Shizune, let's go. And with that the both of them headed off. As Jiraiya held up Naruto, you know kid, I was not kidding, you're my hero back there. All these years, I have wanted to see those things. And you, let me saw them today, without me getting my ass beaten up for it. That was just glorious, she said. Naruto's sweat dropped. That's great, Sannin. I'm glad I could help, I guess. The next day, Naruto was awoken from his sleep by a knock at his door. As he opened to find Shizune. Shizune-san, what is going on? She came inside and looked him over, noting the fact that he wasn't wearing a shirt and he had scars over his body. Are you sure you're okay from last night? Tsunade-sama's liquidated man using less force than what she used on you last night. Don't worry, I'm fine. I've had worse. So what do you need? I need to go train for this bet already. Shizune rubbed her arm awkwardly. That is what I want to talk to you about. I don't want you to think of Tsunade-sama as a bad person. She's just bitter. Naruto nodded because of her brother and her lover. They were killed during wartime, I know. Shizune was a bit shocked. How do you know that? Naruto shrugged. The guy that trained me let me learn all about Konoha famous ninjas. Shizune looked at him curiously. The academy sure go over some classified stuff these days. No they don't, Naruto said. I didn't learn that in the academy. I learned things of other nature somewhere else. Well then, if you know that, you must know that the necklace is cursed. It will kill anyone else that wear it other than Tsunade-sama. Naruto got up as he walked towards the door. Well then, I guess I'm next. Because I am going to win this bet. Tell her to get her things ready, because we're going back to Konoha soon. I'll see you later, Shizune, he said. As he left Shizune in the room. As Naruto found Jiraiya outside, waiting for him. You must have the biggest confidence, making that bet with Tsunade, he said. You know if you lose, she's gonna take all your money, right? Well, I have a week to put my body up back in shape. It's free time, Naruto said. Jiraiya looked at him strangely. You know you need to work on the Rasengan and finish this bet, right? You can wait to do everything else later. Finish the jutsu first. Naruto looked at him with a mischievous grin. Oh, you mean this? As Naruto created the Rasengan in one hand and smashed it in a tree that Jiraiya was sitting on. As Jiraiya had to jump away. You finish it? Jiraiya said as he landed. As he was shocked. Deception is just another tool of the game. When I fought her last night, I used it as a distraction. I just need to get her attention so my clone did not really focus on the attack. I can already do the Rasengan, but showing her last night would have done no good. She would have just made another impossible bet that I have to work at. Well, why didn't you just show her it after that last night, said Jiraiya. Well, she gave me a goddamn concussion, Naruto said. My head is still pounding even today. There was no way I could focus to show her the finished thing after the bet was made. I'll just milk this time for the week of training I can get, and I'll show her on the last day. I don't have to tell you to watch her. You know she's a flight risk. Yeah, there's a good chance Orochimaru's here as well, said Jiraiya. Really? Said Naruto. Well then, that's all the more reason for me to get to work now, isn't it? Jiraiya turned as he started to head back to town. Damn, Brack is going to be stronger than all of us one of these days, he thought. Over the course of the next week, Naruto threw himself into training as hard as he could. Regaining complete control over his chakra was a primary course. He tried to remember all of the decent sparring moves, all of the sword's play, but until he can get some decent sparring and training with another Kinjutsu user. there was a limit to all he can do. He still needed weights to get his speed up, but he figured his strength was alright for now. Not being able to activate his true level for years did a real number on his muscles. Right now he was as fast as Lee. That would be a hell of a spar. He even remembered Lee was injured by Gar in the exams. That's another reason to drag Tsunade back to Konoha, kicking and screaming if he has to. As Naruto smirked as he felt the chakra signature at the end of the woods. He smirked to himself. As Naruto started to rub his hands together, he then spinned around. Wind release, divine fist of the wind god, he said. As the wind pressure came from his fist and obliterated the boulder. As he felt Tsunade left the hiding spot, as she was watching him, he simply smirked to himself. Alright, 1 down. 8 more to go. I'm getting all of my jutsus back. Just wait until I bust out big ones. Time skip. Naruto woke up with a groan. Okay, I guess I can't use all of my ninjutsu yet. The previous night he exhausted himself trying one of his upper tier jutsus. Waking up in his own bed, he realized Tsunade must have been spying on him again. I wonder if she saw that one. As Naruto got up and tripped over a black bundle at the end of his bed. Shizune? What are you doing here? He asked. Shizune opened her eyes as she jumped up. Tsunade-sama, where is she? Calm down, Naruto said. What happened? Did she do this to you? Shizune immediately made for the window asking her to let her go. We have to find Tsunade-sama. It might be too late to stop her. They then heard a thud as they saw Jiraiya dropped in the room. As Naruto walked over and helped the man. Jesus, Sannin, what happened to you? Tsunade drugged me last night. I should have known better. She wasn't as pissy as when she usually drank with me. Shizune ran off as she got some crushed up pills and water. Sorry, Jiraiya-sama, there is the antidote to what she gave you, but this shall even you out though. Thank you, Shizune. It's Orochimaru, isn't it, Naruto asked, as Shizune was surprised. How are you feeling, Sannin, Naruto asked. Jiraiya crushed the glass in his hands. It's not much. My chakra is still fluctuating, but it will have to do. Shizune looked down sadly. Last week Orochimaru came to us with the offer. Restore his hands, and he will bring back Tsunade's precious ones from the dead. Today is the day that they meet. If we hurry, you might keep her from doing it though. Jiraiya pulled himself up. How are we going to find her? As Shizune grabbed Tauntaun. We need your help, Tauntaun. Can you find Tsunade-sama for us? As Tauntaun sniffed the ground, as he then started to shake himself. He has her scent. Come on, let's go, said Naruto. Moments later, they returned to the site of the ruined castle, and they saw more destruction. Looks like she turned him down, said Naruto. Jiraiya nodded. Yeah, that might not be so good for her though. We still have to find her, come on. As they came up on the field, they saw Tsunade being beaten by Kabuto. Tsunade-sama, said Shizune as she rushed over. As Kabuto leaped away as she threw some senbon needles towards him. As Tsunade was shaking uncontrollably, Shizune quickly pulled a kerchief and wiped the blood off her face. Sannin, what is going on here? Naruto said. As Jiraiya sighed, Tsunade has hemophobia. She's afraid of blood, kid. Even the sight of it messed her up. Right now she's utterly useless. Naruto looked over at Orochimaru as his arms were wrapped up, but Naruto could see faint traces of blood coming through. As Kabuto was next to him wearing a headband and a musical note on it. Kabuto, Naruto said. I can't say it's good to see you again. At least I know my information was right. I just wish I could have gotten to you before. Damn seal. Jiraiya looked down at the fuming Naruto. God, kid, I said I was sorry. Hindsight is 20/20, they say. Orochimaru chuckled. Jiraiya. And Naruto as well. What a warm reunion this is. Though I do wonder, what are you doing here? Jiraiya raised his hand up, stopped Naruto from interrogating. Orochimaru's out of your level, kid. Protect Tsunade, and even that Kabuto kid is out of your league. It will take a Anfu. As he looked down at Naruto, as Naruto gave him a pissed off look. Are you trying to be funny, old man? Fine. Shizune can watch over Tsunade, I guess. Go and fight Four Eyes over there. I'll handle Orochimaru. You will handle me, Jiraiya. You're always the weakest of the Sannin. Even handicap, you can't beat me. And send your little blonde against Kabuto. You must not like him very much. Can you keep an eye on Tsunade, Jiraiya asked Shizune? Me and the kid will handle Orochimaru and his flunky. Tsunade nodded as she returned to try calm Tsunade down. You ready, brat? Said Jiraiya, as he glared up at Orochimaru angrily. This one's for Sarutobi-sensei. Naruto snorted. You can make it about the old man if you want. This one, for him send those 5 cursed freaks after me when he chased me out of the hidden zone. That son of a bitch with the bones was the joke. Just wait until next time I see him. Kabuto now, said Orochimaru. Kabuto pulled the bandages off one of Orochimaru's arm as he beat his thumb and ran the blood down it. Summoning jutsu, he said. Kabuto and Orochimaru then stood on 3 rampaging sneaks heading towards Naruto and Jiraiya. Jiraiya went through hand signs, summoning jutsu. As Naruto's face dropped. Gamakichi, hey, good to see you guys again. Seriously? I can do better than that, Naruto said. Kid, room, said Jiraiya as Naruto jumped back. Earth release, swamp of the underworld. As the ground turned into a swamp, sucking in the 3 snakes, disabling their movements. Damn it, it isn't that deep. I must still be under the influence of Tsunade's jug. Man, Sannin, you sure do suck today, Naruto said. Hey, Gamakichi, go over to the lady in black and the blonde and stay put. This won't be a nice battle. Gamakichi nodded and headed off. As both Naruto and Jiraiya flashed off to their opponents, Orochimaru was unable to use his arms as Jiraiya was forcing him back. As the both of them jumped away from each other. It must suck without your arms. You must be really worthless right now. I've seen what you did, Jiraiya. You are pretty messed up as well. Well then, we'll just have to wait until our apprentice finished to get the real event started. Really, Jiraiya, the Kyuubi kid? Do you really not like him or something? I have seen the boy's skills, he's totally useless. Kabuto will finish him soon enough. Jiraiya chuckled. Don't worry, that was my fault. But don't worry, Roshi. I fixed him up before we got to this town. Consider this his coming out party in kicking your apprentice ass. I fought him, Jiraiya, even going as hard as he could. Kyuubi chakra and all, he never impressed me. Now the Uchiha. What strength. A true genius. Jiraiya broke down in laughter. I guess the standard for a genius is truly declining these days. If just being a genin at a regular age make you a genius, then what the hell is Naruto, he said. How about failure, said Orochimaru, loser, cannon fodder, frontline trash. Take your pick or make a few of your own. That kid is totally useless. Huh, that's a good one. What are you talking about, said Orochimaru. That face of yours just now, insulting Naruto. I want to remember it for later, so I can compare to the look on your face after you see what he can really do. Orochimaru turned his head as he saw Kabuto. Meanwhile, Naruto was glaring at Kabuto. As Kabuto folded his arms with a superior smirk on his face. You might want to leave. You are out of your element here. I mean, Orochimaru-sama, myself, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and even that woman with Tsunade. All of us are high-level shinobi. I myself, I am on par with Kakashi Hatake. But you're just a small little genin. Naruto's face started to swell up as he burst out laughing. As Naruto started to break down in laughter, as even tears are coming from his eyes. Wiping away the tears. I am glad that I am not like everyone else en route. You? Compared to Kakashi Hatake? Whoa, that was so funny, Naruto said. You know, I already beat Tsunade the other day. I could have killed her if I wanted to, knowing that she had hemophobia. That is even easier. Orochimaru is crippled. It wouldn't be too much of stress for me to kill him as well. Worse, if he's underestimating me like you. So naive, said Kabuto. To think that you can fight and beat everyone. It seems like you don't understand something. Well, you obviously remember 4 years ago, when one of Orochimaru's own bases got snapped, and Orochimaru sent out his elite bodyguard to handle the issue, right? Kabuto nodded. Those fools were punished for allowing the intruder to escape. A spy like that was bad for our efforts, but they haven't failed since. Kabuto's eyes then snapped. No, it can't be. No, you'd have to have been 8 years old. A grin spread across Naruto's face. Ding ding ding, he said. Got it in one stretch. Kabuto. Yeah, it was me. I would have gotten away completely clean as well, if it wasn't for Sannin. Dramatic bullshit. Who blows up the information during the recon mission? Tell me, how is that stealth? No, no way. From what I've seen and the information on you, you're nothing. You're just a low-level genin. Well, that is what the Konoha records had on one. Kabuto as well, if you recall. Nothing but a low-level genin who couldn't even pass the tuning exams, despite taking it like, how much, 20 times? And we all know how that turned out, right, Mr. Spy? You know, I had the plans for your invasion. Everything in here. Every move you had planned out over the long term was all in here. All of your bases, the info that was listed on Orochimaru Immortality Jutsu. The Cursed Seal. The only reason why your stupid little invasion managed to get through was because of some unfortunate side effects of me getting things sealed away before I could tell the necessary people. Well then, show me these skills that allow you to breach our defenses. I want some entertainment after all. Oh, I see. I guess you'll probably get bored after being Orochimaru's ass puppet after a while. Playing hide the trousers with a snake must get boring. And you probably find it hard to sit down most of the time, right? Kabuto grit his teeth in anger. Don't you dare slander Orochimaru-sama like that, he said. Oh, so you defend Orochimaru but not defending yourself. You're the one that probably begged for it, you sick freak. Kabuto dashed forward as his hands glow blue. Naruto dodges attacks and kicked Kabuto away. Chakra scalpels, I see. You're a medic ninja. Letting you too close wouldn't be too good. Try to keep me away then, Naruto, said Kabuto. As Naruto started to slip past Kabuto punches and duck under it, as he knew that Kabuto could hurt him internally. As he also had to watch it when he threw a punch or kick to make sure Kabuto didn't cut anything by parrying his move with his hands. You know, you're really annoying to fight, Naruto said, grunting. You're really annoying, seeing that you're so fast, even for a medic nin. Like I said, Naruto, you're all talk. You're nowhere on my level. Naruto flipped away as he tossed kunai at Kabuto. As Kabuto dodged all of them. Simple kunai, Naruto? That can't be your best. There you go again, that superiority thing of yours. Why are bad guys such douchebags? As Naruto speed through handstands, lightning release, electric field. Kabuto saw nothing. As Naruto just stared at him analyzing his movements. It seems you don't have that jutsu down quite yet, Naruto. Don't worry, you're just a genin after all. Kabuto reactivated his chakra scalpels until a sharp jolt of electricity smashed right into him. His eyes went wide. What is this? Didn't you hear me call it a jutsu, dumbass? Do you really think I was that bad at throwing kunais? Kabuto turned as he saw a small spark of electricity coming from one of the kunais. He then realized they were all around him in a circle. A barrier jutsu. It seems like I really have been underestimating you. Well, getting railed by Orochimaru so many times is probably messing with your mind. Lightning release, electric mayhem, Naruto said. Before Kabuto could say anything from his mouth, Kabuto heard multiple snaps of electricity going off around him before he felt an intense burn through his body. As he caught his breath from the sudden zap, he could see pulse of lightning running from kunai to kunai. Another shock hit him as he dropped onto the ground, trying to analyze the jutsu. As he turned his head towards Naruto, as Naruto's hands were out at the field. Do you like it? This jutsu let me trap and torment you in there until you black out or just die. The more chakra I pump into it, the more frequency, the burst of electricity will come. The only thing is I can't control the lightning coursing through the field, but it will still hit you. As Naruto channeled more chakra, the snapping sound of electricity went off more frequently. Kabuto got back to his feet, but he struck again, as he was then struck again, as he collapsed on the ground. As he sank straight down into the ground, Naruto jumped away as Kabuto emerged. As he created 3 clones that swarmed Kabuto and launched attacks. As Kabuto got a nice hit by the clones, seeing that he was still shaken up by the electricity, but he was able to dispel them as he activated his chakra scalpels once more. That was a pretty effective jutsu, Naruto. If I couldn't dig my way out, I wouldn't know how I would have escaped it. His hand glowed green as he ran it over his torso to heal himself. You're quite troublesome, I see. Really? Think I'm gonna let you heal yourself in front of me? Wind style, divine fist of the wind god. Kabuto was insane as full force smashed right into him as he smashed into a large boulder. A few seconds passed. Hey, you still alive, Naruto asked. Kabuto stood up as he coughed out some blood. That was a solid hit. I was right. You are a troublesome opponent, Naruto. Oh really? I thought there was a genin who was out of his element. If all it took to get your praise is just an ass kicking. I guess when I go back to Konoha, I'll have to kick everyone's ass to make them realize who I really am. Meanwhile, Shizune had cleaned the blood from Tsunade's face, but Tsunade was still lacking in response. Shizune had turned to watch the fight as she was surprised, as Naruto was holding back Kabuto, even pushing him and even dealt in some damaging blow to him. Tsunade's eyes were ahead ever since Kabuto flashed the blood on her. So, she was watching the fight between Naruto and Kabuto, as she realized she was extremely wrong in her first impression of him, watching him fight off Kabuto. He shot his mouth off when they first met, not because he was too confident in his own abilities, it was because she was pathetic. She truly was. Someone with such a famous name, such a famous lineage, and so many talent. She let herself go to make that boy get the better of her, as he even took her sash. When she saw him train for the week, she was amazed. So much high level technique she has never seen from a boy such young. After he was done with one, he just moved on to the next one. If he couldn't get one to work, he forced it, as he had that burning determination in his eyes. He will never give up, and she could see it within him. As her hand subconsciously went up and gripped her necklace. Maybe, one more time she could believe in someone. Sorry, Kabuto. I have things to do and place to be, Naruto said, as he snapped his finger, as two pair of arms grew from the ground and grabbed Kabuto's legs and hand. Kabuto tried to shake them off, but the grip was iron. What is this? He said. Oh, you didn't think you were the only one who could use Earth style? Earth release. Hiding, Mold Jutsu, Naruto said from behind him. It was a clone, as Kabuto saw the real Naruto standing there. You know, I just learned this, I never get used on anyone. So what do you say you be my guinea pig? With your healing abilities you should be fine. Well, maybe. Well, it's not like I care anyway. Kabuto's eyes widened when he saw the ball spinning in Naruto's hand. As Naruto dashed forward, Rasengan, he said, as the attack twirled into Kabuto's stomach. Kabuto was sent sailing as he smashed into a large boulder. As Naruto turned and walked over to Tsunade, I believe you owe me that necklace of yours, Bachan, he said. Meanwhile, Orochimaru was shocked. God damn it, I wish I had a camera. This would be a good picture to take, said Jiraiya with a smirk on his face. Orochimaru was shocked as he saw Kabuto was just dealt with so easily. He's too dangerous to be left alive. At this age and already strong, I must kill him. As Orochimaru leaped off straight towards Naruto, Jiraiya tried to stop him, but Tsunade's joke was still effect, as he was smashed away. As Orochimaru opened his mouth as the Kusanagi blade came out. As Naruto's back was turned, as he was speaking to Tsunade, Naruto's finger then twitched as he spun, pulling his blade down, blocking Orochimaru's strike. Ah, Orochimaru team, he said. Nice to see you again. Look like the old man really did a number on your arms. Orochimaru hissed at him as he pushed him. Just die, boy. You would ruin my plans for the future. Knowing that this blade could poison him with just a strike, Naruto had to slip around Orochimaru. As Orochimaru brought up his leg and landed a kick right in Naruto's chest, sending him flying back towards Tsunade. Don't worry, Bachan, I'll get rid of this guy and drag you back to Konoha. Just sit tight, okay? Tsunade gasped. As, a split second there, she thought she saw Nuwake. As Naruto spun around and blocked Orochimaru's strike once again. As Naruto struggled against Orochimaru's murdering intent in Orochimaru's eyes blazed. Suddenly a kick implanted in Orochimaru's face that sent him sailing away. Naruto blinked as he was pulled to his feet. But Bachan? You okay, brat? Asked Tsunade. Yeah, Bachan, I'm fine, he said. Good, because I owe you a serious beatdown for all this Bachan crap you're saying. Oh yeah, she said as she took off her necklace. She placed her around Naruto's neck. You beat me fair and square, kid, and I'm an honest woman. Orochimaru stood up as he cracked his jaw back into place. Tsunade, what do you think you're doing? Why would you put your life at risk just to assist a brat like that? I would risk my life because I'm Tsunade Senju, granddaughter of the first Hokage, grandniece of the second Hokage, and as of today I'm the Hokage of Konoha. You tell him, Bachan, Naruto said. Now, let's kick his ass and go home already. Orochimaru-sama, said Kabuto as he landed. What? I ripped him apart. He should be dead, Naruto said. Naruto, bring Ogama Bunta, said Jiraiya. As Naruto bit his thumb at Tsunade did the same thing as well, as Kabuto went through hand sign. Summoning jutsu, all three of them said. As the smoke cleared away. Well, if it isn't man, then Katsuya. How long since I've seen you two? Jiraiya looked down from Gamabunta's head. Bunta, we need your help for this one. So, you in? Gamabunta took a poof from his pipe. Sure, why not, he said. I want a new snakeskin wallet. I swear, Naruto said, that Rasengan should have killed him. Well, if he's anything like his master, he's one sick bastard. Don't worry, kid, we're gonna end this right now. This said Orochimaru, said Tsunade. After this, there will be one less Sannin in the world. Orochimaru simply chuckled. Orochimaru, what do you think you're doing summoning me out here? Kabuto tried to calm the massive snake down. Manda weaved, silent worm. I won't bother speaking to a flunky like you. Orochimaru, when this is over, I want over 100 sacrifices. Of course, nothing less for you, Manda. Thank goodness. If Manda knew that Orochimaru could use jutsu, he might just eat us, thought Kabuto. Alright kid, stay out of this fight, and if you see an opening, don't trust it. It might be a feint. Naruto slapped away Jiraiya's hand. I know the gravity of this fight, Sannin, and I'm not gonna fall for any half-assed feint. Anyway, I'm your trump card. Huh? How so? Think about it, Orochimaru can't use his arms. Kabuto and Shizune don't really have long-range jutsu. You and I are the only one who can perform those. And I can summon hundreds of clones and use them as cannon fodder. I'm your ace in the hole. You better realize that. Jiraiya chuckled. Well, I guess that's one thing about you that didn't change. You always want to be in the fight. As the battle then began, as they started to square off against each other, as Gamabunta and Jiraiya connected oil and fire. But Manda simply shredded his skin, as Manda wrapped her in Katsuya, but she separated the mini slugs and reformed somewhere else as she blasted acid after him, but he dug into the ground. He burst out behind Gamabunta, wind style, divine fist of the wind god. Naruto strike Manda right in the face. Manda hiss, like a brat. Jiraiya blinked at the shot Naruto take out the powerful summon until he blinked. Wait, where the hell is Tsunade? Right on cue, Tsunade dropped from the air as he slammed Gamabunta Tonto right through Manda's mouth, pinning him down to the ground. Naruto gulped. Sannin, remember me to never pull a crap on her like that again, that I pulled when we just met. Well, first of all, calling her Bachan is just asking for it. Well, that's just pushing it. I'm not gonna stop calling you Sannin, and I'm gonna call her Bachan. Super strength be damned, Naruto said. As the both of them watched as Tsunade started to beat the living crap out of Orochimaru, as Shizune was holding off Kabuto. You think we should jump in and do something? Well, nah kid, she's got this, said Jiraiya. No, I mean helping Orochimaru. His face has to be liquidated by now. I mean, God. He can take one hell of a punch. Tsunade sent him flying with one last massive shot, as Kabuto quickly ran to his master's side and picked him up. Damn you, Tsunade, Orochimaru said, as he cursed, my plans have failed for now. Do not think this is over, there's still another way to fix my arms, and the next time I'll kill you both. As they sink into the ground and made their escape. As the summons went away, Naruto and Jiraiya and Shizune appeared beside Tsunade. Jiraiya slapped Naruto on the shoulder. Good job, brat. A high level fight like this is over, and you aren't a smudge on the ground. Just because you're a Sannin, I don't get any goddamn respect, Naruto said. As Shizune kissed him on the cheek. I respect you, Naruto-kun, she said. Well, that somehow made this bullshit of a day feel better. Thank you, Shizune, Naruto said. Well then, brat, you won. Got the necklace. And now we're going back to Konoha. What are we gonna do now, she asked. You can do what the hell you want, Naruto said. I been training non-stop for a week, and we just fought Orochimaru. I'm gonna sleep like I'm dead. As he turned and walked away. As all of them chuckled. He's gonna be a fine man someday. And perhaps a fine Hokage, Tsunade said. Know that that is all over with. A woman like you can't be seen with blood all over her clothes. You know, I have a dress back in my room, he said. Naruto looked up as he saw Jiraiya flying straight over his head, as he simply shook his head and kept on walking. Time skip. The walk back to Konoha had been entirely uneventful, and this terrified Jiraiya. Naruto had said no more than 5 sentences to him over the course of a trip home. As he spoke to Tsunade and Shizune on a regular basis, he got in a a lot well with Shizune. As Naruto was still pissed, yes, he was beyond pissed. It was just because they were fighting Orochimaru. That is why he wasn't showing how pissed he was at Jiraiya. Now that the mission was over, Jiraiya was starting to see how Naruto truly feel about him. Upon their arrival in Konoha, they went straight to the tower. Konohamaru didn't take lightly to his grandfather getting replaced, so he locked himself in the room with a lot of traps. Upon hearing that, Naruto simply spot or kicked the door right open, as he used the door and blocked off the traps and grabbed the kid and simply dragged him out by his collar. He chose to do this himself because he knew that Tsunade would do the same thing, and she might not be so nice about it. As he took Konohamaru to the top of the Hokage's tower and sat him down to talk. "So, what the hell's wrong with you, kid?" Konohamaru just huffed as he didn't look at Naruto. "Alright then." As Konohamaru felt a killing intent leaking from Naruto, as he turned shakily. What happened to you, boss? You've been different ever since the Chunin exams." "It's a long story, and if I tell you you're gonna be more pissed, so just forget about it. Tell me what the hell is going on." "I thought you already know," said Konohamaru. "I do, I just want to hear it from you. Facing up to your own problem is a one step of getting past them. What if I don't want to move past them?" he said with tears in his eyes. "I don't want to move past my grandfather. Everyone is moving on, going forward with everything. It's like he was never here. He was a Hokage boss, and everyone is going to forget about him." Naruto steeled himself. He really didn't feel like touching anything that involved Sarutobi with a 10-foot pole, but this kid needed him, and being a ninja means that you have to do the things for the greater good. Konohamaru, he was a Hokage for many years. He had a long reign, and he has done so much things for everyone else. I am sure everyone have a standout memory of him. "God, I do," Naruto mumbled. "The thing I'm trying to get you to understand. He has touched so many people that can never just disappear. Trust me, brat, chances are they will be talking about him long after we're dead. You can probably go up to everyone and they will give you some stories." "What about you, boss? What kind of stories do you have about Grandpa?" "I don't think you're old enough to hear about the story I have of your grandfather. Maybe one day I can tell you, but you're too young to get it right now." He patted Konohamaru on the head. "Do you feel better now?" As Konohamaru nodded. "Alright. Are you gonna cry like a bitch around me anytime soon again?" Konohamaru shook his head. "Good," Naruto said. As Konohamaru went off, as Naruto went back to the office. "Did you have to kick down the door?" she asked. "Two reasons. Eventually you would have done it yourself, and honestly, I want to kick it down for some time now. That just gave me the excuse." As the door was put back, as the room was cleaned up by one of the Chulins. Once they left, Naruto sat down. "So tell me, kid, what is going on with you and Jiraiya? You weren't speaking to him all the way back. Are you sure you want to hear this? It's not something really vital for you to know. And I'm also sure it's a village secret. Probably above me being the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi. Well, I'm going to become Hokage, so also a village leader, without a couple of dark secrets. Alright then, get comfortable, because you're going to be asking me a lot of questions." Tsunade frowned as she pulled a safe bottle from under the decks. Naruto's sweat dropped. Well, that was fast. She pulled a cup as she started to pour. "It's not mine, smartass. Sarutobi Sensei left it there before I even got here." "Alright then," Naruto said as he checked the room first. Not Hokage yet," he said, seeing that there was no on-book guards. "Well, you see, I wasn't a goofy, loudmouth screw-up like I am. Until a few years ago, I was more a calm, collective, focused, and quite cunning and sneaky. So your personality changed. How is this a secret?" "Well, it's not how it changed. It's how it evolved. Haven't you realized yet? I am spamming jutsus that someone at my level should be doing. I shouldn't be able to stop Orochimaru's surprise attack back there. So sit back and get comfy. Here's what happened." "What?" said Tsunade after hearing what Naruto said. "Why would Sarutobi Sensei do that? Why do you think that you were too dangerous for your own age?" "Well, I can't really tell you that. It will be a matter of total betrayal. It's not like that is a good of a secret, but let Sannin tell you." "Technically, I'm not even supposed to exist if you capture my drift," Naruto said. Tsunade nodded. "One more thing. Where do you think your rank is in my overall shinobi roster?" she asked. "How should I know? I didn't fight any of them to find out anything." "But screw being a genin though. You know damn well I'm better than that. Anything better than that would be quite well." Noted. Now get out of here. You're the only ninja from the village I happen to meet yet." "Shizune, call a meeting for all the ninjas. Chunin and above," she said. "Let's get this thing sorted out." It's gonna be a hell of a lot of paperwork, Naruto said. Don't get drunk. As he went off. Time skip. Naruto was on his bed in his apartment. As he stopped looking for Danzo. If Danzo wanted to find him, he could. And really, he remembered everything, so yeah, he didn't need to look for Danzo anymore. His real goal was to be a ninja for Konoha, but Sarutobi blocked that path when he asked him to be when he was younger. But he took another way around that though. And Naruto knew that Danzo see him as a tool, an expandable soldier. While he was more valuable than most, he still see him as a tool. And when your house burned down, you don't grab the stuff inside, you just run. Naruto was caught on a job, so Danzo just watched his hand clean of him, cutting his losses. He knew that Jiraiya would be confronted by Tsunade about the ceiling, and Jiraiya would have to tell her about Root and everything. But Naruto pretty much got blacklisted by Root, and if they didn't want him, screw them. The best that Danzo would get from him at this point was him keeping his mouth shut about Root, and he already done that, so yeah, that's it. Jiraiya's arrogance, thinking that he could gather information rather quickly, kept him from asking Naruto anything about Root, and thinking Naruto was just a flunky, so he didn't really ask him much. Well, he should stop wasting his thoughts about that, as Naruto stood up in a meditative position and closed his eyes. When Naruto opened his eyes, he was in front of his own apartment. Well, it's better than a sewer, he said, as he opened the door to step inside of his mindscape/apartment, as he saw a dog-sized fox with 9-tailed collar around his neck asleep on his bed. The Kyuubi ear twitched as he lifted up his head. With a yawn. Hello kid. I have to say it's a major improvement over the store. As Naruto sat down on the bed. Well, I can see you're enjoying it. It's certainly not as cool as it used to be though. If I want to see my own apartment, I wouldn't just come in here, Naruto said. So, is my mind good enough to broker out the old deal? Or what, Naruto asked. Well, since I can make physical contact with you again, we can do it. Anything you didn't want to add? Anything you want to remove? Or we can get rid of the trigger. Hell no, the trigger was always cool, we're keeping that. And also you can still feel and see everything I see. And also I can still mute you. Spoiled sport, said the Kyuubi. And I can retrain using your chakra, and I have to get ridiculously strong again. Am I forgetting anything? Not really. But don't wait too long to use the trigger. You know I always like that move. Alright, I'm gone, Naruto said, as the Kyuubi lay back down in the bed. Later, you lazy ass fox. As he left his apartment, and appeared right in his apartment again. What the hell? Did I fall asleep, Naruto thought. Seeing the sun outside, he got up and went to the bathroom. As he brushed his teeth, he heard a knock on his window. As he turned to see an envelope. Kuma-san, Naruto said. Did I miss Bachan? Coronation. As the envelope nodded, Tsunade-sama wished for you to meet her at the tower immediately. Naruto nodded. Sure thing, just let me have a shower and then I'll go. As Naruto had a quick shower, upon leaving his house, he saw those hateful looks by the villagers. Screw all of you, Naruto thought, as he simply walked off. Arriving, he saw the same envelope. As Naruto saw, Konoha ninjas were in there, a lot of them, as he pushed his way through. You want to see me, Bachan? As Tsunade could hear snickering coming from behind him, someone said Bachan. Yes, brat, said Tsunade. I asked for you to come today so I can get a general idea of your promotion. I've asked these Jonin here because they much know more about you than I do. Yeah, right, Naruto said. As Tsunade opened the floor for them to talk. The most they say was that he had high reserves, and then the comments dropped off. Alright, he's getting it, Naruto said. Looking at the Jonins who were talking about he's pretty much useless. What did you just call me? Oh yeah, you're gonna get it big time. Meanwhile, the Kyuubi was doing the same thing. You could kill that one. You could probably kill that one. What the hell? Wait, what did you just call you? You should probably mutilate that one. Kurenai then stepped forward. Naruto's high reserves and high chakra and stamina, which is well to his multi-shot clone jutsu. Other than that and his ability to think on his feet, I cannot give him a good grade in the other facets of being a shinobi. He is usually reckless and quick to act before thinking, and he has poor chakra control due to his large reserves. His taijutsu has no real true form. He has no skill in genjutsu. Other than his before mentioned Shadow Clone Jutsu, he has no true ninjutsu to speak of. In the back, Iruka grit his teeth to hear all these speakers speaking about Naruto like he was a burden in the program. Where the hell is Kakashi, Naruto said? Shouldn't someone have my back in here? Good luck with that, kid, said Asuma. Kakashi isn't going to show until about 3 hours in. Well, we heard from everyone else, Naruto. So what about you? Asked Tsunade. Well, as he turned towards all of them, I would like to say, screw you all. But I'm gonna be ending this episode right here. You already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on that bell notification, stay posted, and remember to share to all of your friends in social media platform. And yeah, I'm not gonna be posting what if Naruto is on the 2 greatest clans tonight. I'm gonna be posting that tomorrow, guys. So yeah, I'm gonna be posting it early for you guys to enjoy. So yeah, give me some time, bear with me for that, guys. And you can also go ahead and check out what if Naruto is a Osusuki King and enjoy that, guys. But for now, Motivir, see you guys soon. Peace.